Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we are going to take a look at Deep Purple performing Fireball. It might be a mimed performance, we're not sure about that, but it is a TV appearance from 1971. And we're also going to have John Lord of a few years later, I think about the early 2000s, giving some commentary on it. So I think that should be interesting as well. This is one song that we've never touched on before. We're really big fans of the Mach 2 version of Deep Purple. Everything we've heard so far we've really liked. And actually, I've got a couple of their albums at this point. Actually seeing them perform it is a new thing for us. So we're going to do that today. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we take a look at this?
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it. This is Ian Gillan, the vocal god.
That's right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and check it out. We'll discuss afterwards.
All righty.
Fireball it's a troublesome album. Because to me, you couldn't have had Fireball without In Rock, but you couldn't have Machine Head without Fireball. So it sits very nicely as part of those three really good rock albums. And I think the fact that it wanders slightly from its original, from the remit that we'd set up within rock, the fact that it wanders slightly from that doesn't worry me at all. I mean, I love Fireball. I think it does good things. I think it goes to places that the band wasn't expected to go to. The title track is a Brahma. I love that thing. Richie loved playing fast. He loved challenging the rest of the band to play fast. Pacey's drumming is dramatically good on that track. The over-amplified sound of an air conditioner unit being switched on at the beginning to replicate the sound, I don't know, of a spaceship taking off. I'm not quite sure what it was meant to be, but is pretty cool. Very fond of the organ solo on that. It was bloody difficult to play, and I was very happy with it. I just think it's a great idea for a rock song. Good words and a wonderful turnaround in the middle. Lovely chord changes in the middle.
All my love is a long way.
the album, again, because of its various light and shade moments, surprised one or two real heavy rocker fans. You know, I think they thought perhaps it went a bit light in a couple of places. But I love it. It's great. There's a great song in it called No, 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 which I think is fabulous. Fools, great song. Great song. Anyone's Daughter, it's great. It's a weird little sidestep. Why not?
Okay, well,
right.
a lot to talk about there. Why don't you
Yeah.
start, Adrian?
At the end, Richie is playing the guitar backwards. I mean, he's playing the wrong side of the guitar.
I know, that was funny. That was kind of like the moment when the Mamas and the Papas, Michelle Phillips, started eating a banana while they were supposed to be doing harmonies on their mime version of a, just to stick it to them. Yep. That was very, very funny. And I had already figured out that it was, in fact, mimed because he mentioned the noise of the air conditioners, rolling up at the beginning of the song, and you could actually hear it here. And it's like, no, they didn't bring an air conditioner on stage, So it was pretty clear. Also, I noticed some parts where there were supposed to be ride cymbals, and I could tell Ian was not hitting any ride cymbals at that particular moment in time. So, yeah, these things still have value to me because you can still see them essentially performing. They're not actually playing, that is true, but they are musicians and they do play gigs and they do play these songs and play them really well. So it's really more a matter of the production itself. You still get a chance to see what it was like to have them on stage. That was the configuration we always see. You got the organ all the way over on the left, kind of facing everybody else in the band. And everybody else is where they generally are. You still get a sense of what they're like. If anybody out there, however, knows of a nice version of this song live, that was captured well on video, let us know about it because we might just feature it. We might just do a follow-up. Those were my thoughts looking at it. I thought it was really cool to see. I think the song is great. I'm with John Lord on that. I think it's powerful. It's short but powerful. It puts you in a mood. It's almost like what Highway Star does. Highway Star does it better, but this almost became the blueprint. He said, couldn't have Machine Head without Fireball. I believe it.
Yeah, I guess lastly, too, I was just, for some reason, I was really impressed with the sound of the bass guitar in this particular clip.
Yeah.
It just sounded great. It had to be a Rickenbacker because it's got a similar sound to Lemmy's bass, and it kind of looks like a Rickenbacker. So.
It did. It kind of sounded like one, too, as I understand them to sound like. He did sound a little like Lemmy, as a matter of fact. Because especially in that bass break where he's playing way up the neck and he's playing two strings at once, kind of power chords, which is exactly what Lemmy likes to do a lot of the time, So, this is kind of a side story, but did you know that Lemmy knew John Lord back before Mach 2? Of Deep Purple, and in fact came to his house one day because I guess John had mentioned something about an opportunity. I don't remember the exact details, but it's in Lemmy's book, his autobiography. And he gets there, and I think that his mom answered the door. It was 2 a.m. He had hitched over there, because this is long before. I don't even know if he'd been in Hawkwind yet at this point. But gets there, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here for John." And it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dear. He's out on tour or something." He's like, "What? I didn't even think of that." But the lady was nice enough, and it turned out to be John's mom, I think, to let him in anyway, to let in Lemmy, in the middle of the night, knocking on her door, say, "Okay, you can sleep on that couch," And the next day, he woke up, and the whole, John's standing over him along with a bunch of his friends. So, I don't know, maybe it was nearby or something. If you're in the UK, if you're touring the UK, you can almost go home from a lot of different places that you might play in the UK, depending on where you're located. Can you imagine that, waking up? What's going on?
Yeah. Somehow that story doesn't surprise me very much.
Yeah. Apparently they're pretty good friends, as things went, and you got the appropriate shirt on for that story too. Yeah. So. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy that. I like that song. I have heard the song before. The very first record that I bought of Deep Purple Mach 2 was Fireball. So I'm familiar with much of that album. You know, I haven't played it a ton of times, but I really do enjoy it. And Fireball certainly stood out. All right, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought? And again, if you know a good live version, drop it below for us. And other thoughts, details you think we missed, leave those as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.